Hey everyone, Grayson the Bard here, and welcome back to day 58 of the Hunt a Day, and boy, I knew from the little bit of research that I did into the monsters of Frontier before I started playing it that I was going to like this monster, but I did not expect to have a new, top 10 contender of Monster Hunter monsters in general when I did this fight today. The monster we are fighting today is Poborubarumu, which is a mouthful to say, but it is such a cool monster. I'm going to cut out probably a lot of my running around to get to it for the first time so we can get right into the fight, in part because this fight took a very long time. As I am recording this, I am just coming off of fighting this thing, and as you can tell, I'm a little amped up. This fight was a slog, this fight was a tussle. I used a lot of my healing items, pretty much all of them, and I'm going to attribute part of that to the fact that this was my first time fighting this, so I wasn't used to a lot of what it could do, but I'm also going to attribute it to the fact that I'm not great at Monster Hunter, even though I love it. But let's talk about this whale. Poborubarumu is such a cool monster, and it is tailor-made for your friendly local bard here. Oh my god. You are probably looking at it right now, but it is a massive land whale on the Tigrex pseudo-wyvern skeleton with the quadrupedal stance, the wing arms, but it has the full silhouette of a whale that is also a hunting horn. This whale is a full-on musical instrument. Look at him. He's got you see me hanging around the tail for a very long time because his tail is effectively a hunting horn. You can see when you get a good look at his head, on top of his head he's got this crown of pipes that look like a pipe organ. And you'll get a better look at them as well when I start attacking them, but the membrane on his wing arms look like the staffs of sheet music. He's got a pretty muted color pattern of this just grays and whites that get augmented when he buffs himself by whatever color of buff he is using. If he buffs his attack, he's got a red kind of sheen to him, orange for defense, green for health, and it all looks really good and flows really well. And I love this guy. Oh my god, I cannot gush enough about this dude. And when I say that Poborubarumu is a hunting horn, I don't just mean that aesthetically. It will, I don't know if it actually is related to its attack pattern or what, but it will occasionally, play music and buff itself as well as the entire hunting party. When it gives itself an attack increase, it also gives the hunter an attack increase. When it gives itself what I assume is health regen, we get increased health regen speed. It is simultaneously buffing itself and, incidentally, just by us being around it, the party. And I don't know a whole lot about the lore of this creature, but I really like the idea of, in the ancient past, some hunter found one of these things out in the wild and saw what it could do and realized, oh, when this thing plays music, I can hit harder or I can take more hits. I wonder if I can put that on a stick, and that's how hunting horns were born. That is such a cool idea, and I don't know if that's actual lore behind this creature, but if it is, that'd be awesome. Ooh, okay. I'm calming myself down now so I can be a little more analytical on the fight and what I really like about it and all that stuff. As you can tell, I love this guy. This was my first time fighting it this morning, and I am already in love. He is 100% a top 10 contender on my Monster Hunter top 10 monsters for me, potentially top 5, I'm gonna be honest. And I haven't even gotten into the fight itself. It is a really interesting fight in the sense that normally giant, huge monsters like this can be tough to take down because they hit like a truck and they have to account for the hunter's mobility by essentially knocking you away. And he does that with these big earth tremors that you can roll through. You see me do it a couple times, although I'm not the best at it, as well as just cool repositioning tech where he will burrow under the ground and then free willy above you. How he burrows in the ground, don't know, not gonna ask questions. It's Monster Hunter, who cares? A really interesting thing that I notice about this fight is when you break a part, and you see it when I break Poborubarumu's tail, he immediately healed it. So, like, this creature has a mechanic where it can play its own music and heal its broken parts, and you see that happen a couple times in the fight. It happens right away when I break his tail for the first time, and then later in the hunt, after I cart and come back, he heals his wing arms, and I think his face at some point. So you have to be on this guy like crazy, and I think that is such a fun combat mechanic design. I don't know how I hadn't really heard of this guy before. I did a little bit of research like into like the frontier monsters, and I saw there was a hunting horn whale, and I was like, ooh, that's neat. But I didn't really think much of it. Gang, Frontier's been holding out on me. Gang, I think everyone should play this game. It's good, y'all. The monsters are good, y'all. We need to bring them all into the main line. Put them all in wilds. It's Frontier 2 now. I don't care anymore. No other returning monsters matter as long as we see this guy. The only thing holding him back from me thinking, it's the same thing with Duramboros. I want to manifest this man into Monster Hunter Wilds by being like 10 out of 10. Get him here. But, like, he's so big. He's so big. He's got the Gammoth problem. And as much as I would love to see him again, I think the heft is going to be a point against it in terms of getting into wilds where monsters can fight you anywhere. There's going to be a lot of places this boy would not be able to reach. I still want to try and, like, put it out into the universe that maybe someone at Capcom will be like, yes, we'll put him in for you, for Grayson the Bard, for the small Monster Hunter YouTube man. We'll put Poborubarumu in this game. The other thing, now that I am like processing everything, because again, I finished the fight, I stopped my recording, I hit record on Audacity, and I think now processing the rest of the fight, he has a bit too many hit points. I enjoyed every second of this fight. I thought it was engaging. I thought it was interesting. I don't think it should have taken me 25 minutes. And maybe I'm just not using maybe I need to upgrade my weapon, or maybe I need to, like, get a less defensively minded set in place and, you know, put some more attack skills onto my build. But I still think, like, this took me knocking on 25 minutes with a cart, mind you, but still, that was a long hunt, and it was fun, and I love the design of the monster, so I'm willing to forgive it, but it might need a little tuning. Tuning, hunting horn. I'm funny. Okay, I need to give numbers. I'm going to say like a 4 out of 10 for returning in wilds, because I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I want to see this guy again so bad. And so I'm going to say 10 out of 10 to return in a future game. The more monsters we can get that are like embodiments of weapons themselves, the cooler it'll be. We got Glavenus for Greatsword. We got Poborubarumu for Hunting Horn. We need more. And I want to see them all in a single game at one point. Before I wrap up the ramble for today, I really want to encourage people to hang out for the rest of this fight, in part because it's longer, and in part because the music for the map that we fight Poborubarumu on is so good. This might be my favorite Monster Hunter fight theme too for the Highlands map. I was just like, as I was fighting, I was like bopping my head. Oh man, this whole fight, top to bottom, like aesthetics, bangers. Fight, really solid. Music, oh. This was the most rambly ramble in a long time, but I'm jazzed, gang. Thank you all so much for watching. Please stick around until the end of the fight if you can. I'm gonna cut out a lot of the like running around after I cart and all that to condense it a little bit, to make it a little bit easier, but it's such a cool hunt and such a cool monster. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. Don't if you don't. And until next time, I'll see you next time.